Hey there you guys, Next Strike here, back again for another video, and this is basically my wrap-up of E3. Now, as you guys know, I had planned to do other E3 things, but stuff just happens. I'm sorry. I've just had a lot on my mind that I've had to worry about right now. I've still got some things I'm trying to work out, so I've been absent-minded from YouTube lately, unfortunately. I do apologize for that, but basically this is my I'm sorry video, and here I'm just gonna put all my thoughts in one thing. So, if you guys follow me on Facebook and Twitter, I believe I did do this on Facebook as well, but basically I gave my sort of thoughts on both Xbox and Sony, but I didn't give my thoughts on Nintendo at all. You guys have no idea what I think about Nintendo, but basically I'll just go ahead and go over that for those of you who don't know. Xbox, overall, their E3 was pretty good. Unfortunately, they glossed over all the stuff that people are actually worried about, which is why they canceled that media coverage thing at the end of their E3, or whatever it's called. And then they basically just came out now and said, well, guess what? If you don't have an internet connection that's reliable, then get a 360. So yeah, Microsoft, no, I'm not getting your console, forget it. And yeah, you know, guys, even if you don't like consoles or don't care about any of the other things, just don't get an Xbox One. Just don't. Just like, if you respect yourself, if you have any shred of respect for yourself or society, just don't get an Xbox One. You know, that's all I'm saying. But yeah, it's a shame because you know, a lot of people are like, well, even though people are against it, it's still going to make a lot of money, and then haters are going to shut up. Well, honestly, I thought that about After Earth, the movie. I thought, since it had Will Smith in it, I was like, well, that's going to make a lot of money. Well, turns out it bombed, even though, I mean, I knew it was going to be mediocre. M. Night Shyamalan, Jaden Smith, that's just a bad combination right there. But yeah, everyone else was on the same boat as me. They're like, no, I'm not seeing that piece of junk. And they didn't, so yeah, I mean, I think the same thing's going to happen with Xbox One. They're just getting their hopes really high, even though their stocks are going down and everything else, and it's just not going well for Microsoft, and I don't see it going well. And then all those exclusives are going to go over to everything else because they're not making their money. So, yeah. Aside from that, and that's just my predictions. I don't know if that's actually going to happen, but I do see some financial issues for the Xbox One, to say the least. Now we get into Sony. Now, Sony, I think, did a really good job. A really good job at addressing the issues that all the gamers were afraid of, you know, with all this used game stuff and all this. And they showed a lot of really cool games. You know, some people are arguing that they didn't have as many games or something, but I didn't really count. But they did kind of address that, and they said that there's going to be like, what, 40 exclusives within the next year, and 120 games that are going to be multi-plat and indie and all that stuff. So yeah, that's just like, wow. To even think 40 games, geez, that is, wow, exclusive. Crazy, crazy. This is a crazy world we live in, but yeah, overall I think Sony did really good. I did find it kind of weird that Kingdom Hearts 3 and Final Fantasy 15 are going to be multi-plat. Well, actually just Kingdom Hearts 3. I think that Final Fantasy is multi-plat at this point, so that's not really a big deal, but Kingdom Hearts 3, it's kind of weird that it's going to be on an Xbox platform. Assuming that A, it does actually come out next console generation, and B, that the Xbox One doesn't go, you know, down the toilet and disappear, you know, and the Xbox One's probably not going to be in Japan, so that's going to be exclusive for Japan, but for us, we'll have to see. But yeah, both games, those are the two that just like, wow, that really wowed me, because at first, the Sony conference was kind of boring. It was kind of like, okay, that's alright, I guess. And then they just like really stepped it up, and it's like, wow, this is really exciting. The only thing I didn't like about Sony's is that you had to pay to play online, which is kind of, and like, when they described it, it's like, okay, we get 15 games for under $5 a month, and it doesn't cost that much to use, which I'm kind of cool with, you know. It's a lot better of a deal than Xbox Live. I still don't like the idea of playing online, or well, paying online to play, but it's, you know, overall it's not a bad deal, and you can still use all the media services without it. So unlike Xbox, you can still use Netflix and all that other stuff. So that's really what I use my PS3 a lot for anyway. So my PS4, I'm sure, would be the same thing. Play online occasionally, maybe get like a few months just when I actually know I'm going to play online games and then not get it or something. I don't know. Anyway, that's my thoughts on Sony. Overall, they did a great job. I think that they just did a great job. Now, Nintendo was the underdog. They're the ones that didn't have a press conference, so they were able to show off their games whenever they wanted to, and one word can describe what Nintendo did this year: underwhelming. Now, I'm not saying that because I hate Nintendo or something. I really like Nintendo, but they just did not bring their A game. They didn't really bring any game this year. I don't know what they were doing. I was really excited for Smash Brothers when I saw that. That was awesome, but the rest was just like, okay. The new this, new that. There wasn't that many Wii U games either, which was kind of weird. It's like, why isn't there any Wii U games? I just didn't understand, like, where are they at? Now, the 3DS looks like it's really picking up traction, which is cool, but Wii U, do you guys forget you have a console? I mean, I don't know. I mean, I have a Wii U, in case you guys didn't know, so it's not like I can say, well, I'm not getting a Wii U. I already have one. But Smash Brothers looks like it's the only title I'm going to be picking up anytime soon, so Nintendo, I don't know what you're doing, but you really gotta pick your A game back up. Just saying. Now, overall, who do I think won E3? I think without a doubt, Sony. I mean, there's not even, you don't even have to have a bias to know that. I mean, come on. Sony just did awesome. And quite frankly, E3 this year was really awesome and really exciting. I'm really glad I was a part of E3 this year. Well, I mean, I wasn't at E3, but you guys know what I mean. It was just, of all the E3s, this is the most exciting and most epic I've ever seen. So I'd like to see what next year's is going to be like. Probably not going to be this exciting, but who knows. It was really awesome. And yeah, that's really all I had to say. If you guys have any thoughts below, just tell me. I do have some more videos that I have been planning for a while. I will get into that. And yeah, thank you guys for watching. Catch you guys later.